Of course, Newah are a heterogeneous group, so we don't have the same culture as is. It's not fixed. There are some subtle variation in the cultures as well, amongst community to community. But there is this organization that we have, Guthi, which is quite common across all the Newah population. And as Balwar sir explained, because how we came to be as a community, as a society, within a particular political boundary, under a particular state regime. So we have this common organization of public administration. Why I say public administration? Because we have already talked that yes, it is about provision of drinking water, let's say. It's about maintenance of road. So these are all public administration functions. But we don't talk about Guthi as public administration or governance too much. And this is why I chose that I should do something about this, and this is what I'm doing my PhD on. I'm looking at the Guthi Institution from the public administration perspective, and it is quite a misfit because coming from the standard public administration discourse, it doesn't really fit in. But then, if you look at it from a more non-Western public administration perspective, there are other non-standard forms of public administration models and frameworks which are kind of being looked into now. There is Islamic public administration that is being talked about. I have colleagues from Tallinn who is looking into Islamic public administration, Salah, thanks so much for being here. And there are other forms of public administration being talked about, Confucian public administration, for example. And within that framework, I just thought that it fit. Guthi involves the people to directly participate into the governance function within the Newah state of the past and now within the Newah community. So, as Balwar sir mentioned, the Guthi system started by the Lichavis, as per the inscriptions and records, historical records. And in the Buddhist scripture, Lichavis are mentioned, and they are mentioned as part of the Baji or Vriji confederacy, which is in northern India. And there is one particular sutra which mentioned about a system which somehow looks very similar, or it sounds very similar to the Guthi system. It's called the Satta Parihaniya Dhamma, the 7 conditions of non-decline. And it talks about regular assembly, it talks about peacefully initiating discussions within the association, and it talks about honoring the elders. It also talks about not enacting anything new and not abolishing anything that has been enacted. So it is kind of strange to see that there is a very protectionist or preservative tone to it. Right? Why not enact anything new? Why not change anything? Why? The context is that the Virtue Confederacy was being attacked by an external enemy, the Magadha, and Ajatasattu wanted to conquer the Virtue, and he sent an envoy to the Buddha to take consultation from the Buddha, and of course Buddha is not going to support one. So he just said that as long as these things are continued, the Virtue will not decline, but they will actually do fine. They will do better. But the truth of the matter is that 3 years later, they are conquered by Magadha, which doesn't mean that Buddha was wrong. Buddha probably knew that preservation is not something that will continue forever. Right? There is this kind of stagnation with how preservation gives us the feeling, and it is there because I think there was an external enemy, and when you have an external enemy, there is this need to hang on, to hold on to whatever you have got, and not try to change or innovate or bring in something new, because of course at those times, in those desperate times, if you bring something new, it will be only for the bad. And do we have a villain? Do we have such a situation that we are being facing threats from an external enemy? Some people might think that yes, as Babu also mentioned, he has like involved the issue of Newah, so like I'll refer to him quite a lot. Yeah? That the Gorkhas were the external enemy to the Newahs, right? They brought in different systems, and of course the Panchayat regime, which is known to be the time where they brought in the reforms that very much diminished or sidelined the Guthi institution. And yes, the concept of there being an external threat and that we need to preserve or protect whatever we got has continued. So the whole concept that it is our heritage, it is that what we have got, it is our identity, and it needs to be served. It is a very preservative concept. It's about protecting whatever there is. But preservation is also means that it doesn't grow anymore. It is already kind of dead, and you want to preserve whatever is left of it to whatever length you can go. This is a Google search result of pictures depicting preservation, formaldehyde or vinegar, whatever. And here's a picture, which is an interesting picture because a heritage activist, he thought that because the statue of Mangadio in Chhatrapati, this is in Chhatrapati, Kathmandu, and it was deteriorating because of the red dye or the abir being used. It had a lot of chemicals. So they just thought like, we just not allow the abir to be used anymore. We'll just put a glass on it and we'll protect the statue. Then some other heritage activists said that, oh, that is not what we are supposed to be protecting. It is our living heritage, so we have to be rather allowing to continue the way of worship. Now, both of the notion here are preservative or protective, because one is saying we have to protect the statue itself, the other is saying that you have to protect the way we worship. We cannot change the way we worship. We have to protect the way we have continued to worship. But do we know for sure that we use the red dye from like 2,000 years before? I would think not. But there is this increasing notion of saying that it is our heritage, we need to protect it. And this also has come across Guthi, and everybody is saying right now that Guthi is intangible heritage and it needs to be protected, right? Being an institution, sorry, I'll skip this one because I think we're running out of time and we have talked quite a lot about heritage, so let's skip this. Institution-wise, change is inevitable. All institutionalists agree that institutions do change, they do evolve. They cannot withstand changing. One way or another, they will change. Maybe the values amongst the people change, maybe some new rules will be brought in. There will be historical events or some other environmental change which will cause the institution to transform and change as well. But, of course, institutions will have a path that will follow, a path dependency that will follow, which means that it can only transform in certain ways or some predictable ways. So when I started to study Guthis and started to find any contemporary projects in heritage restoration which involved Guthis, initially I failed to find it. The Asok Stupa in Tamil, the people that did talk about the Guthi, they said they were trying to find the Guthi which was previously appointed or was supposed to look after the stupa, but they couldn't, so they founded a user committee, and then they renovated the stupa. It was a successful project. I think one of the first successful restoration projects after the earthquake, which was kind of highlighted. And Then of course I was also looking at Kastamanda. I was following up with Alok Dai, and it just didn't seem that Guthi was relevant anymore. It was all about reconstruction committee or user committee, or it's all type of committee. And same in the Bhaktapur as well. The name doesn't seem to be there. There aren't any Guthis. But then the format seems to be the same. The blueprint seems to be the same. It's about the local people, a group of people having a goal, banding up together, and then getting the goal done in one way or another. The budget can be usually from the government, and sometimes it has been from foreign donors as well. But there is this trend that people are thinking that we have to do the reconstruction. We have to get the money as well. We have to do the actual hard work, because it is our skills as well. It is our tradition, our architecture. And then one interesting case was Maitripur Mahavihar, Babal in near Kabul. And yeah, so the Bajracharyas over there, they seem to be reconstructing their Bihar using a reconstruction committee as well. What I realized was that the members of the reconstruction committee were exactly the members of the Guthi as well. So right, I mean, this is Guthi doing the work, but then the name is just not there. So yeah, and then you have a new organization with the name Guthi, and if you talk to some purists and say, well, are these Guthis? They'll probably say no. I have come across few old gentlemen who say that, no, Lipi Guthi is not a Guthi. It's like a new NGO. But I mean, what is the difference? At one time you start to realize that maybe the Guthi institution has already evolved. It is us who are thinking that we need to protect the Guthi, we need to preserve our tradition. But maybe our tradition, our institution, which is very resilient, has gone ahead of us, and we are the ones who are tracking it, right? And yeah, now we have the abroad Guthis that are located abroad. We have a worldwide network, World Newah organization. And we have like extensive use of ICT, and more people are getting involved. There is a whole Newah movement going on in the internet. People are coming together, getting things done as a group. I think there is this route to our institution that we have learned, that is kind of taken unconsciously. Say, like not being totally aware, but we have taken it from our institution, and we showed that we have the organizational capacity. This is, of course, already discussed by a couple of presenters before as well. The huge Guthi protest, which is argued to be the biggest since the Jananun Kosovo second. So, to be able to organize a protest of this size, to not have any violence, to have water being distributed by traditional law Guthis, to have people distributing flowers to the police, and then cleaning up all the mess after the protest is done. This is some kind of organizational capacity which the government of Nepal probably doesn't have. Yeah, but the Guthis and the organization, the people seem to have this organizational capacity. So, I thought there should be an animation here. So, yeah, so yes, Guthi is about indigenous knowledge, it is about cultural heritage, but it is also about local autonomy. It is about the people coming together for things which are important to them, right? And it is also about citizen participation. Yes, we already have a very developed institution which allows participation of the people to provide for the necessities of the people, for maintaining the Hiti. The Hiti Andolan currently is happening, and they are trying to clean up and revive all the Houthis. And this is a community effort. It's not something that the government is doing, but the community is being able to do that. So it is about citizen participation, and participatory governance is something that the governance discipline is going towards. That is what is being prescribed for governments everywhere. The more developed governments are saying that communities should participate, but we have an institution that already has the framework for this. So we have to build on our foundations, is what I have felt, and this will probably work out for the best, because there are examples outside of the country and inside of the country where following the Guthi blueprint and bringing the community together to get things done has worked. This conference today is organized by an organization which has the name Guthi. It speaks volume of what we need to do and which direction we need to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Shobhit and Shobhit Shakya. We have two presenters.